Wow, that was insane. San Diego State continuing a roller coaster of a ride of a season. They win at San Jose State 69-66. Terrible first half, worst first half in Aztecs history. I mean, probably not, but I mean, for a program with this standard to score 20 points in an entire half, and you're playing a team that's entered tonight 5-8, excuse me, in conference play. Yeah, you're on the road, but it's San Jose State. You're not playing at Gonzaga. You're not playing at Nevada or UNLV or Wyoming or Utah State or New Mexico. San Jose State is not one of the elite teams in this conference. And you're a team in San Diego State that's not just trying, like, your aspirations, your standard is not just to get into the tournament. Your standard is to go Sweet 16 and farther than that. So to score 20 points and a half, and then coming off of the games that they have played in just the last few weeks, I know I haven't done a video in a while just because I haven't been watching all of these games live. So I'm not going to act like I'm watching it live and then react to it because I'm just like, it's kind of misguiding you guys, right? Or misleading you guys. But games that I'm watching like tonight, like, yeah, I'm going to do a video on it. And it is just crazy how they went from just dumb mistakes, not being able to make the free throws. Miles Bird can't score. They didn't make a three in the entire first half. To, in the second half, you're down, 17 at halftime? Yeah, 37-20. And then they go on a 17-0 run to tie it up. And then from there, it was pretty much back and forth. Just punch to San Jose State. And then San Jose State punch back. And it just kept going back and forth. And San Diego State was making more of the highlight reel plays, I would say, highlight reel shots. BJ Davis and Nick Boyd, I thought, stepped up there in that second half. But yeah, this team, it's just like, I don't know how you can have the confidence in them to make a long March run right now when they've been inconsistent like this. Can things change? I mean, it's February 11th. So, yeah, things can change. But right now, I mean, if you go look at the experts and their predictions, I believe San Diego State is just barely making the tournament right now. And that is not San Diego State standard. So there's no way that Dutch is happy right now. There's no way the players are happy right now with how they're playing. And they've got this isn't just a cupcake schedule coming up for San Diego State. So they've got to play better. They've got to be consistent. And that clearly didn't happen tonight. And I don't know what this is going to do in the metrics and stuff. Does it go down as a win? Yes. But if you're someone on that committee watching this, let's say you're on the East Coast and somehow you're up at 1 a.m, or you're on the West Coast and you're watching this, you cannot sit here and think that San Diego State is like clearly in the tournament right now. What will help them is the wins that they have earlier in the year, like beating Creighton, not getting embarrassed by Gonzaga, I would say, when they were playing at home earlier this year, beating Houston. Obviously, I mean, if they didn't have that win against Houston, then we'd definitely be in trouble right now. The Aztecs would totally be in trouble. It would have helped to win that 1-point game against Utah State for sure. And recently, I mean, yeah, they had those 4 wins in a row: Air Force, Nevada, San Jose State, Wyoming. But some of these games were very close games. Air Force, 1-point win. San Jose State, a 3-point win. Wyoming, a 2-point win. And then obviously losing to Colorado State. So just games that you want, especially again with the standard for the Aztecs, games that if you want to be in the tournament, clearly you should be winning by more points than what they've been winning them by. Did they deserve to win this game? No. I'm going to give them credit for how they played in the second half for sure. Like, they turned it on. I don't know what Dutch said at halftime. I don't know if players jumped up and said something. Miles Bird made a clutch three late, finally. Wasn't a great night for him. But he came through with a follow-up. Uh, Bird came up in the air. So, I mean, it was a fitting play that he made there. But, yeah, got to have more consistency there from those guys. Huge credit to them coming out of the half. I mean, Magoon Gwath even got in on the action with a three. But I think as Aztecs fans and the players, I mean, everyone can sit here and just be like, yeah, they got the win, but we're not going to be super happy tonight because they got a win. Well, I mean, I'm happy because if they would have lost this game, the only way that they'd make the tournament is if they would have won the Mountain West tournament in Vegas. And I mean, if they slip up, they've got Boise State coming up, Fresno State, at Utah State, New Mexico, at Wyoming, at UNLV, and then home against Nevada to end I believe that ends their regular season schedule. If they slip up in these games, especially games at home, then their way to get in will be the Mountain West tournament. So tonight was a must win. I mean, I was listening to John and Jim earlier today, and I totally agreed with John when he was saying tonight, yes, it was a must win game. That sure, you could get in through the Mountain West Conference through that tournament, play well for a few days, but you're setting yourself up here. Like, that is a very small margin for error than if your one route to get in is a few days in Vegas. When you've got some pretty darn good Mountain West teams that you'd be going up against. So, look, if they didn't win tonight, which they probably shouldn't have, if we're being honest, but hey, a win is a win. San Diego State's their Twitter X account tweeted out "never in doubt" with the final score, which is something John Schaefer always loves to say. So I don't know if he's the admin or what, but San Diego State was having some fun with themselves on that because it totally was in doubt. That first half was terrible. And it reminded me of the Padres on a 3-4 game losing streak in August or something, where you just see every tweet. It is people panicking and just commenting how bad it is. And then they go in, the Padres go and they win 5 games in a row. And you're like, oh, okay, everything's fine. It was almost, at halftime, in the first half, every tweet I was seeing was just people, bashing the Aztecs and how bad it was. And then the second half came around. I'm not saying they were praising, but it was just kind of like, well, what is going on here? San Diego State, you can play 2 halves of good basketball, right? It doesn't have to be one or the other. So again, a win is a win. I don't want to complain, every time about a win if it's too close or whatever. But today is definitely one of those nights where you could totally complain about a win like this because the standard is higher than, this is not a Mountain West school that gets in the tournament every once in a while. No, like San Diego State's standard is not just getting into the tournament, like I was saying earlier, but Sweet 16 and higher and further, And right now, they're going to have a hard path to getting to where they want to go in the tournament, assuming that they make the tournament. First, they got to get there. And sure, it was great that they won tonight because, again, like they can't afford to slip up, especially against San Jose State. But if they slip up with any of these home games coming up, then they could be having their one route to making the tournament be a few days in Vegas, where who knows what would happen. And at the end of those tournaments, could be playing on some tired legs if you're playing, 3 consecutive days in a row. So let's not have that. Let's not have to rely on the tournament, please. Let's would it make for drama and everyone would be locked in? Yeah, but I just want to see some more consistency. I want to see better shooting nights. What'd they shoot? Less than 20% from three tonight. What was the rebounds like? 42 for the Aztecs, 35 for San Jose State. 16 turnovers for the Aztecs. Yeah, let's cut down on those turnovers. And then while I was watching this game, Miles Bird obviously has to be better, and he'll say that. 3 for 9 from the field, made 1 for 6 from three, less than 10 points on the night. And especially when you don't have Reese Waters and some of the performances that Miles Bird has put together this year, it's like, yeah, that guy's one of the keys to this San Diego State team. When he's on, look at their record. When he's not, sure, they won tonight, but again, like, did they deserve to win this game, or was it San Jose State being more like San Jose State in the second half compared to the first half? I mean, they scored 49 points in the first half. They scored 20 fewer points in the second half. San Jose State. There's a reason why they're only have 5 wins in the conference and they have a losing record. And San Diego State was able to take advantage of that in the second half. But man, that was just an ugly, ugly game. Sometimes it's like they almost forget how to play basketball with some of the play tonight that we were seeing. So a frustrating night, but at the same time, glad that they were able to get the win because that keeps them alive for at least an at-large bid. Now, what would the seed be? Who knows?